Hello, Daniel. Here is your sewer scope from today's inspection. That's me in the basement, just kind of showing you around, letting you know that I'm actually in your basement. There's that clean out port right there. Very handy, very accessible. 4-point cap on there was easy to get off. I seem, at least this week and maybe a little bit of last week, I seem to be saying a lot of the same things over and over again. One of the things that's the spring that goes on the housing of the camera head. You never want to see that in your picture. That means that the camera is folding back on itself. Not a great time when that happens, because there's always the potential that everything is going to get stuck in there. So there's a relatively gentle sweep or turn in the pipe as you're coming in through that clean out. The problem is cast iron is very coarse, it's rough, so the camera head doesn't make that turn very easily. So I had to literally jam my arm down the pipe and gently move it along just to get it going in that horizontal direction, which, as you can see, we're moving along nicely. You are in cast iron right now, like I had said. You maintain cast iron for about the next 100 feet. So start to finish, you're a metal pipe, which has a lot of positives to it. The lifespan, it's a rather broad lifespan. It's anywhere from 75 to 150 years based on soil content, moisture, annual rain patterns, things like that. This pipe is actually in really, really good shape for being, roughly 50 years old. Not a lot of corrosion in there, no scaling, or maybe a little bit of scaling, but not much. That's an exterior clean out right there. So all in all, it's a good looking pipe. No buildup. So my guess is that it's been maintained. I don't see any scuff marks from previous cleanings, but that doesn't mean anything necessarily. Everything's going well. I was running a fair amount of water prior to doing this, so we're not holding water anywhere. All in all, it's a darn good looking pipe. We're going to start to make a series of downward turns as we head towards the city connection. That was the first one. So we're moving down at maybe a 35-degree angle. Here's another little drop, and then another little drop. So as we get towards the end, here's another. So we're moving along fairly well, getting down towards that connection point. Everything's flowing nicely. There's a nice grade to the pipe, not too steep. That's a little bit of an offset right there, but nothing really to be concerned about. Nothing too steep or not steep enough. You want to find that appropriate balance so everything flows properly. And there we are. We're right in the main line right there, or we don't want to drop into that for obvious reasons. It's a mass of grossness down there, but we made it without any real major incidents. Everything looks good, no defects, no damage. You may want to come back in another, 4 or 5 years and see what things are looking like. But again, for the most part, at this stage of the game, there's no action needed. I'm going to keep the camera rolling as I pull back. You're more than welcome to watch the return journey if you'd like. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions. I'm always happy to be a resource.